What up, Talkin fight fans? Thanks for tuning into today's episode of the Knuckle Up Knockout of the Week with yours truly, Mike Orr, and I am joined by my friend today, Tim Witherspoon from the Friday Night Panel. We had a great weekend of knockouts, so it was a little hard to pick the one that was deserving of this reward, but with the help of Tim, we narrowed it down to the winner, and definitely that winner is going to be Alexis Rocha against his last-minute replacement. Wow, Ashie, what can we say about this knockout? Brilliant knockout. I was super excited for this. Rocha, he's 22-1 with 14 KOs, was forced to labor hard before finally knocking out his replacement opponent, George Ashie, who was 33-6-1 with 25 KOs in the 7th round on Saturday night at the YouTube Theater in Inglewood, California. Rocha dropped Ashie twice in the contest, once in the 3rd and a final time in the 7th, resulting in the fight being stopped. Ashie was nailed by a big right hand from Rocha in the 7th round that sent him down face first onto the canvas, guys, out cold in what I'm calling a highlight reel knockout for this weekend. Definitely, this is not taking away from some of the other knockouts that happened this weekend. This one here, the referee Thomas Taylor didn't even bother to count as Ashie was unconscious and wasn't moving a muscle. Taylor halted the fight at 2:08 of the 7th. In the 3rd round, Rocha knocked Ashie down with a nice right hook to the head that he never saw coming. To his credit, Ashie made it out of that round and fought tooth and nail in rounds 4, 5, and 6, and up until he got knocked out in the 7th. Before that, Rocha suffered a cut over his eye in the 6th round from a clash of heads. Ashie took advantage of the blood dripping into Rocha's left eye by landing numerous right hands on that spot of the cut for the remainder of the round. The 38-year-old Ashie, who campaigns at 140, was badly outsized by the much bigger and younger 25-year-old Rocha in this fight. The size and power differences between them were significant. Moments after the fight, Rocha called out WBO welterweight champion Terrence Crawford, saying he wants him next. For me, we'll talk about this now. We'll get into it. For me, I don't think Rocha needs to jump in that quick with Bud Crawford. I think he still has a little bit to go. I think his defense, as we were talking yesterday, Tim, about it, his defense still needs a bit of work. He is still green behind the ears. He for me, I don't think that he's able to step up into that competition as of yet. I think he needs a few more fights, a little bit more ring time before we can see him in there with Terrence Bud Crawford. But Tim, what are your thoughts on that big right hand?
Well, that was a really hard-hitting fight. And I was impressed with his power and everything. He really got hit. He really got hit with that. And It was banging back and forth. And me, I'm always going to criticize some things, but it's in a good way. I did see the fact that they both, they both suffered a little bit of lack of defense, but there was aggressive, and you can't tell. It was a good fight. There was exchanging punches, and but guys like me, I noticed a defensive thing when you move up that ladder. I think defense is going to be needed. I always emphasize on that.
Definitely. It's something that comes with
definitely a hard hitting fight.
Yeah, definitely a hard hitting fight. With time, with ring time is when this defense will come. He needs to get in there, really start to work on that, because as you get up there, people like Bud Crawford, he will capitalize on situations like that. Obviously, that cut above the eye kind of messed with his vision a bit, and that's where George Ashie was able to capitalize on that and able to get off some shots that landed cleanly, and clearly not the kind of way you want to be stepping in the ring against Bud Crawford. You need to have your game tight, because
I think he's strong enough. He just need somebody got to give him confidence. Like real quick, they gave me confidence with Holmes.
Right.
When I fought Holmes, I only had 13, 14 fights, but somebody in my corner that motivated me. So in his corner, he's a warrior. Maybe need a couple more things, and I think he could probably participate in that fight and do really well. He could upset him because he could punch.
Yes.
It's a matter of somebody maybe showing him something. Now, you're right. On the other hand, too, I think he should wait. But me, I'm like, man, if he had the right guy, I'm always like that. Optimistic. I'm always like that.
Right. See, Alexis Rocha, he's only 25. He's only 25, so he's still kind of young. He's still there. He's got lots of time to make those jumps. After that fight, though, he is now ranked number 12th out of 2,055 in the welterweight division. He's now in the world, and he's ranked 6 out of 397 in the United States. For me, I kind of find that he's, up until now, really, he's kind of been slept on a little bit because he's kind of stuck in that gray area in the welterweight division. Like, he's too good to fight some guys, and and some of the other guys are just too busy to fight him at the moment because there's no real reward to fight. There's no, you're not going to sell out a stadium with him in a pay-per-view against Bud Crawford right now. I don't think you're going to see that. I think he needs to build a little bit more following, but definitely, as he goes on, as he gets older, his skills are there, man. He's definitely got what it takes, man. He's got the power. He's just getting into that, those stages of gaining that old man strength, as we call it. He's now 22-1 with 14 knockouts. The only blemish on his record is against Rashidi Ellis.
We talking about the different. I'm talking about a different boxer. I'm sorry.
It's okay. No, man. We're
The
talking
one
about
the one with the long.
we'll talk about him in a minute.
I'm sorry.
Bectamir
The other one.
Yeah, the other one, the knockout against George Ashie. It was great. Huge right hand. Best part is I got some still shots. I took some still shots of it. We're gonna look at this big right hand from a couple of angles, so we get to see the way he just dropped them.
He does need a little bit more time.
Yes.
He does need a little bit more time. I'm sorry. So
here he is. This is the final here. This is the shot. Ashie comes in. Rocha slips that punch and just comes barreling with this right hand.
Right.
And just
right on
the chin. On the chin, he drops. We got another angle of it. Oh, there he is, flat on his face, guys. Already sleeping. The ref from waving that count. They got a little tied up here. Made that space, created that distance. You can see Rocha right now pinpointing that target. He's looking at that target. He sees that Ashie's hand is down. He's ready to just deliver that thundering right hand.
Ashie was throwing some hard blows too.
He was fighting back. I give it to him. He definitely was in there to fight hard. He was looking to come through with the victory there, but he got caught clean and flush right on the chin. There it is, guys. Here's another angle from.
Got to keep them hands up.
He comes in, dig to that body, leaves his hand down. Rocha comes up over the top, clips him right on the chin. Here it is. This is how he lays out, guys. There we go. And down and out. Down and out. Huge.
Gotta have both.
You got, that just goes to show you guys.
It helps.
When you are digging down into that body downstairs, you better make sure that you have your head blocked. Cedric, yes. Rocha, Ashie, huge knockout. We just saw it. Big.
Yeah. I heard you guys talking. That's what happens when you keep dropping your hands after you throw, right? One thing I always tell the boxers, like when you're even just shadow boxing or hitting the bag, there should always be some type of defensive move that you do, just so it's in your brain. You don't have to think about it, because you should always expect a punch coming back at you, even if you're winning the fight.
Yeah,
winning the fight, you should always, you can't just
all the time.
Exactly. So that was I'm assuming he doesn't really practice that, because his jab was like, it's almost like when people are swimming, like when they swim and their hands go down as to get it back.
Come right back. Yep.
Exactly. A straight line.
Some of these guys really got to spend time, in front of that mirror shadow boxing a little more and correcting those little minute mistakes that they're making, by dropping that hand as you bring it back. That is one thing that I always was, on about my students. You throw that out there, I want it coming back at the same velocity you put it out there. I don't want it dropping down. You
just got to teach them defense just like you do offense. Oh, you throw a jab, right hand, back. No, bring your hands back. Same thing you do on defense. They both go together, really.
Exactly.
Right?
With a great offense, you need great defense. That's for sure. And, you got to always be protecting. Just to show you, man, it's one punch that can change the entire outcome of a fight. And it shows you right there with this huge knockout of Alexis Rocha, taking out George Ashie, that last-minute replacement. But he fought a hard-ass fight. But now we got to touch on something else. No, it was banging. It was banging. It was hard. It was hard to pick. It was hard to pick. I'm not gonna lie.
I got ice on my back.
It was that hard. It was that hard to pick this one that Tim's icing himself up, guys. But another big one I want to talk about: Bektimir Melikusev. Definitely put a hiccup in his step with the Gabriel Lozado knockout of the year. He got knocked out, guys.
Gabriel tough.
He's fought, and he's fought a few times, which is.
I used to train with him in the gym. He could punch and he was aggressive.
Yes, very aggressive.
Gabriel Rosales, yeah.
It's this guy, this Bektimir Melikusev. That was a huge knockout. It put a hiccup in his career, definitely. He's called him out. He's called him out after last night's victory. He wants to take care of that blemish, and he wants Gabriel Rosado back in the ring.
Oh, he want to fight Gabriel. This is the best time, I think.
He wants to fight him again. It's the only blemish. But I'll tell you, his career did take a little bit of a slow. It slowed down quite a bit. He was on a trajectory path straight up. That knockout really put him back because you know what? He's fought 4 or 5 times since then, and really this is the biggest media coverage that he's had since getting knocked out like that. But very impressive body shots last night. Definitely, I think he's one of the hardest body shot punchers in that division. What are your thoughts on that? And we're talking about the guy with the socks. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of guys like him, and they got cut down. Their tree got cut down too. They got hit on the chin. But there's a lot of guys. There's some middleweights that punch hard like that. Curtis, I ain't gonna say the name because right up now, Curtis Parker. And what's that other? There's a Spanish dude. It was some hard punchers, man. And then they faced it more stronger competition. Bam, but them guys can punch. Citron or something like that. Remember him?
Kermit Citron, yeah. Citron.
Wasn't he a puncher? He was a puncher, right?
Yeah.
And he got stopped. Somebody stopped him. I'm an old man now, y'all guys. Come on now. Help me out.
I remember. I know exactly. That was in like early 2000s or, like 2005, 2006 when he was up and coming. It might have been like, no, I don't know. I don't want to just say it off the top of my head, but it was, I know what you're talking about. He was on his career was going up until he got that loss.
Didn't he fight Duran or, I don't know. I forgot that.
Maybe Antonio Margarito, one of those guys.
I think it was Marvin. Was it Marvin Hagler?
Was that long ago? I don't think.
Citron is welterweight, right? Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So there it is. Bektimir Melikusev coming back. With a very impressive win, stopping him with the body shots. He's calling out
digging in there. He was digging in, wasn't he?
Yeah, man. He was landing flush, man. Honestly, wow, that shot that ended it. It was huge. That was honestly one of my leading knockouts there until this Alexis Rocha fight, where buddy went to sleep. He got slumped pretty hard. I gotta also touch on that same card, man. Definitely some big action on this card. The minimum weight. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see it, but our man in the minimum weight division, Oscar Collazo, taking on Yadel Reyes.
Don't real light guys.
Yeah, the minimum weight world title.
They was banging. Them dudes was banging.
They were banging for sure. This one went 5 out of the 12 scheduled rounds in that minimum division. Reyes was down twice in round 5. Count wave because he was sleeping. He landed flat on his back. Huge knockout. Honestly, what a great card though. You got the Melikusev knockout on the card. You have the Collazo knockout on the card, and then our winner, the Alexis Rocha knockout against George Ashie. Shout out to our boy Floyd Schofield on his WBA International Light title that he won last night in a unanimous. Got to give a shout out to our boy. We've been following him since his kid turned pro.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats for that WBA Light international title, man. This is one of many that this kid is going to have, guys. If you haven't heard the name yet, man, Floyd Kid Austin Schofield, make sure you look out for him. He's one of these up-and-comers, just signed a Golden Boy, doing big things.
Woo, Golden Boy.
Yeah, and Golden Boy's doing him right. Another guys, we got to talk about it because everybody's talking about it. Very popular fight. Better be of Anthony Yard. Yard down once in the 8th round. His corner advised the referee to stop the contest. Better be of just the stronger guy. What did you guys think about the fight?
I was impressed. I was impressed with Benn. I was impressed. Serious.
Yeah. He's one of those guys that's like, even though, they weigh the same, they're the same height, basically same reach and everything, like he just hits harder. He just hits harder than everyone else. And it's not even like he throws what I like to call like single punch combinations. Like he's not going to come at you with like, a 10-punch combination, but it's going to be bang and then bang and then bang. Like he's putting his body into it. He's putting his whole body into it, right? Like when you throw a fast combination, you can't exactly turn your hips and pivot your foot on every single punch. But when you throw single punches, you can really focus on that turn, sitting down and turning on your punches. And that's what he does. He doesn't throw fast combinations. He just throws single punches, but like
hard and heavy
body.
It's like he's swinging a bag of rocks at you, man. That's it's the only way to describe it. He does a lot of explosive power training in his regimen, and that's where he gets that explosive, hard-hitting power, man. He's a truck. And you know what? He's the only world champion right now that is supporting a 100% finish rate. There is nobody else carrying the title right now that is supporting a 100% finish rate. Better be is the man. I thought it was going to go 6. It looked like he had the opportunity to finish it in 6. It went in 8. Shout out to Ray, who called that one from Between the Ropes TV. He said it was going 8. It did go 8. It was a huge fight. Shout out to them. Also on the card, guys, got to talk about it. The debut.
I'm leaning over because my neck. I'm leaning over because my neck is messed up.
Oh,
Mike did it.
Yeah, with all these hard knockouts for you to watch, you had trouble picking them, eh?
Oh, Shania, get the charger. Shania.
You know what?
My neck is hurting.
Moses Aituma debut. Needed 23
I got the charger.
Seconds, 23 seconds, 2 punches.
I'm sorry.
Wins his pro debut by knockout, opening up that card in the UK. While his brother gets knocked out. Thoughts?
Who's this? I didn't even see that fight.
The Aituma brothers.
The Aituma brothers.
Yeah, Carol Aituma, who's been around the division for a while now. He was 9-0 going into that fight last night against Ezekiel Osvaldo Moderna. That was for the WBC International Light Heavy title. It was vacant. Aituma was KO'd by a right hand to the head. That was it. 104 of the 5th round. Well, the debut of his brother Moses at 248 only needed 23 seconds. Bode was KO'd by a left to the head. It literally was 23 seconds and 3 punches thrown. And that was it. Moses Aituma, they believe, is the next British Mike Tyson kind of thing. The kid canceled his own 18th birthday so that he can stay on track to beat that record and become the youngest heavyweight champion ever. Can he do it? Only time will tell. Did he look good in his debut? You're damn right. And did I profile him already? Yes, I did. During the weeks. Guys, I told you to be watching for this kid. He's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with in that heavyweight division. Look for this kid to be fast-track, push through, and be super busy in 2023. It's unfortunate that his brother lost, but, it was a great debut for him. If you haven't seen it, Cedric, go watch that 23-second shots. 23 seconds, 3 punches, fight's over. You know what I mean? That was a big one. But we had a great weekend of knockouts.
If you don't
exactly. If you don't know, now you know. But yes, guys, it was huge. Shout out to KO Boxing, breaking news. Yes, great advice, guys. Thank you. Thank you for dropping the comments. Much respect. Thank you for joining. We are here every Sunday, 4 p.m. to bring you the Knuckle Up Knockout of the Week, guys. And yes, this week it is Alex Rocha victimizing our man George Ashie with that vicious KO to finish it off. Good night, sweetheart. He went to bed. Here, let me show you the last couple of shots so you guys can see it as we go here. We'll definitely we'll have to show a couple of the shots here as he's falling over. We'll give you the last couple of slides that I put in for you guys to see the devastating knockout. This award. Here it is, guys. Big it up for you. So this is it. He's squaring up. Ashie, sorry, buddy. You know, good night, sweet prince. He tried to dig down to the body. It didn't work, guys. You know, but he left himself open.
He got caught with that.
Down to the body, left himself open. Tim, like you were saying, that hand being lazy like that. He did take a few shots. He was down before that, but look at that big right hand. Look at that big right hand, guys. Wow, what an amazing shot. And here he is, laying out on that mat. Oh, he skidded his face along that mat there. That's where you know you're sleeping.
He might come after you. He may come. He see this here podcast.
Yeah, he's in that fetal position about to stretch out like. And here it is.
He might come see you over in Canada.
Yo, come up and see me in Canada. And I'll do the same thing that happened to him that night. Mine will be a little more vicious. But yes, definitely what a great weekend of fights, guys. Make sure you come back, join us next week to find out who the champion is of the week for the knockouts. You know what it is, man. TalkinFight.com, the channel out here doing it, man. We got all the shows touching on all bases of boxing, new and old. Guys, make sure you check out the channel. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. Tell your friends. Come join us, man. There's a show for everybody. We got everything you need here on Talkin' Fight. Tim, thank you for coming and join me. Hopefully you can be a regular every Sunday. Come and join me. We'll school these people out here on the greatest knockouts of the week.
Okay.
Definitely. It's always a pleasure.
If I don't get my back.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe we'll have to slide in a couple of your videos there to show them how it's done too.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
I think we'll have to bring some of your footage and we'll have to show them how these knockouts really are and how defense. I know we can't stress it enough.
That's right, 100%,
100%, man. Defense. Well, guys, that's all the time we got for today. I'd like to thank Tim again for coming out and joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you to KO Boxing Breaking News. Thanks for dropping.
I'll look better next time.
Definitely. Cedric, you know what it is. Any last words before we get out of here?
Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and tell a friend to tell a friend.
That's right. You know how it is. You can say it in French too. You know, you speak both languages.
S'il vous plaît, subscrivez à notre canal sur YouTube. C'est la meilleure canal.
He speaks French too.
There it is, guys.
Okay.
We do it in different languages. We do it big up here, guys. You know what it is.
Okay. I'll see y'all guys later. See you next time.
Yes, definitely.
Peace.
I'm in pain. See you.
This episode of the Knuckle Up Knockout of the Week, guys. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel, new knockouts. You know what it is, man. Fighting solves everything, baby. Knuckle up.